Lesson 7.2, Solving Linear Systems by Substitution. Okay, so example number 1. We're going to do y equals 3x plus 2, and our next equation will be x plus 2y equals 11. So, first off, we have to realize that y really is 3x plus 2. So what we're going to do is plug that in down here for y. So it's going to be x plus 2, 3x plus 2 equals 11. Now just distribute, so it's going to be x plus 6x plus 4 equals 11. So that's really 7x plus 4 equals 11. Now we just minus the 4 to both sides. And you get 7x equals 7. Divide each side by 7. And you get x to equal 1. Alright, you see that? So now, plug it into the equation we didn't plug into before, which would be this equation. So it's going to be y equals 3, and then x equals 1. So we're going to plug that in. 1 plus 2. So y equals 3 plus 2. And 3 plus 2 equals 5. So y equals 5. And that really means 1, 5. So we got the answer 1, 5. But how do we know if our answer is correct? Well, we have to check. So for the check, we have to plug it back into both equations. If it doesn't work for both equations, then it is not the right answer. So we're going to plug back in. So y 5 equals 3 times 1 plus 2. So 3 plus 2, and that equals 5. So yes, it checks with that, with this equation. Now we have to see if it checks with this equation. So we plug in 1 plus 2 times 5 equals 11. So we have 10. So we have 1 plus 10 equals 11, and yes, that's correct. So our answer does work, and the answer to the equations is 1, 5. Okay, so now we have example number 2. So we have x minus 2y equals negative 6, okay? And our next equation is going to be 4x plus 6y equals 4. Okay, so first what you have to do is rewrite it. So we have x equals. So how we rewrite it is we add 2y to both sides. So it's really x equals 2y minus 6. And then just leave this equation the same for x plus 6. So now we could just do what we did before and see that x equals 2y minus 6. And so we just plug it into that equation. So 4 equals 2y minus 6 plus 6y equals 4. And so that's really 8y minus 24 plus 6y equals 4. And now combine like terms, so we have 14y minus 24 equals 4. Add 24 to both sides, 24 to both sides, and we get 14y equals 28 right here. And so you divide both sides by 14, and you get y equals 2. You see that? Y equals 2. Y is a little messed up. You plug it back in to the original equation. So we're plugging the y equals 2 back in up here. So it's x minus 2 equals negative 6. So we get x minus 4 equals negative 6. Add 4 to both sides. And we get x equals negative 2. So that really means the answer will be negative 2. And now we have to check. For the check, you just plug back in, so we have negative 2. Plug back into both equations, so it's really going to be negative 2 minus 2 times 2 equals negative 6. And then we have negative 2 minus 4 equals negative 6. Negative 6 equals negative 6. Check. So it works for this equation. Let's see if it works for this equation. Okay, so we have 4 negative 2 plus 6 2 equals 4. So we have negative 8 plus 12 equals 4. And yes, it checks. So our answer is negative 2.